Mesdames et messieurs, merci d'être venus si nombreux aujourd'hui. J'ai commencé ma carrière dans une société française et j'avais promis à mon patron d'apprendre le français. Mais malheureusement, j'ai échoué. Donc, I will continue in English. But I can understand a bit of French, so please don't be tough on me with comments in French. Look, we at UiPath owe a lot to France and to French people. I really started my career to a French company, and actually some of the early ideas of an RPA came from that part. And coming first time to Paris was, for me, an incredible journey and eyes-opening. I still remember when I arrived by plane, and then I took the metro, and I jumped off the metro at Alexandra III station. And look, I was totally amazed. I thought, this is how Bucharest should have looked like in another life. But the most important thing for me was that Paris gave me, at that time, from the first moment, a feeling of comfort and like home, like something that we know. And every time I come in here, I get the same feeling. So it's a great honor and great pleasure to have you today here. Well, UiPath story, it's really a story of mistakes. So the name UiPath, I think we should have, in the beginning, we should have changed it to Pain Path, maybe. It was really kind of a long story, and I'll give you a bit of a sense of what happened during our path and why we are here today. But first of all, I would like to tell you that we are here today because of you, our customers, our future customers, that put the trust in us. And we cannot thank you enough. And we pledged at UiPath to be always close to our customers. If there is one message that I want you to leave this room, is that everyone in UiPath has one purpose: to do what's good for our customers. And this is really not just a saying. Every time you feel someone in UiPath is not treating you well, it doesn't focus, it's not immersed in what you are doing, you should feel free to call me directly, and I want to fix it. And look, let's look at this path to where we are today. So I'm a software engineer. I used to work for Microsoft in Redmond, and kind of a happy engineer. And then I made the worst decision in my life to go back and start a company. Where? In Romania, Bucharest, before even joining EU. Really crazy stuff. And as a software engineer, you don't realize, and particularly in a big company like Microsoft, you are so detached from the customers. So one thing that I never realized was, what does it take to take a piece of software that an engineer produced and put it into production and have happy customers? It's a lot more hard than I really thought. So initially, I came to Bucharest thinking, let's do a great product, it's gonna sell by itself. So we started with a small product, it didn't work. Another didn't work. So look, almost on the verge of failing, we've been approached by a small US company that told us, guys, something I like your products, but actually I want to license your technology. And in one of our products, we built a small piece of technology that we call today computer vision. But in reality, it was just a piece of technology that allowed us to scrape the text from a screen. You know, the old and good screen scraping. But what we've done really well was to have a technology that is able to get the text from the screen 100% accurate and extremely fast. And it's way harder than you expect to do it. And based on this technology, we started to grow a company. So we had, in a way, the luxury of building this computer vision stack, which really today is what powers the eyes and the hands of our robots. We had the luxury to develop it over a long time, really over a long time. And, you know, in a sense, this is a big mistake for a startup. A startup should go fast, solve a customer pain, iterate, go fast, iterate. No, we took completely the opposite approach. We've built very thorough this technology. And that's amazingly doing something completely wrong made the path to success for us. Because when the market was ready, and really in startup world, it's all about good timing. Doesn't matter anything else. Ideas don't matter. If you feel I have an idea and I don't want to tell to one because he's going to steal my idea, that's a stupid thing. Ideas don't matter. Teams matters. Products matters. Market matters. But what's the most important thing in the world is good timing. And around 2013, after we have built some of what is RPA today, we didn't have a market. The market didn't really exist in this shape. And we've been approached by a BPO company. And believe me or not, in 2014, I didn't know BPO even exists. I didn't understand the concept. To me, outsourcing was mostly about software outsourcing, IT outsourcing, but not business process outsourcing. I thought that most of the processes in a big company should be completely automated. So again, as a software engineer thinking, you build CRMs, ERPs, databases. You don't imagine how much manual labor is required to make this system working. And when we discovered the BPO, was really kind of an aha moment. And look, we always search for a market. And somehow, a very, very big market found us. And since then, so late 2013, early 14, we started to completely focus on automating business processes for large enterprises. We realized this is actually our, in a sense, it was like a destiny. I don't seriously understand why we've been chosen to do this, and in such a fashion. It's look, I am constantly talking with investors. Like UiPath is funded by top-tier investors in the world, both Europe and US. And they are telling us, look, we've never seen such growth in an enterprise software company. We might be in a position to have the fastest ever growth for a software company, which is simply, it's really amazing for me to even watch. And if someone, even a year ago, would have told us, look, you will have an event in Paris with 500, 600 people in a room, I would have laughed at this. But somehow, to me, was clear that we have to bet on France. And in early 2017, I kind of articulated our global strategy around 4 pillars. So US, Japan, France, and Germany. And these were the regions where we have invested the most. And we are really happy because we won big chunks of markets in all of these regions. And particularly Japan's story, I think, is very interesting. And in some way, Japan and France share a lot of common ground. At least the passion for engineering and for robotics, for automation. And our success story in Japan, it's simply unbelievable. We opened our first office in Japan at the beginning of 2017. Just one guy. And we're 1.2. He used to joke that I was only like 0.2 because I go to Japan, once in a while. And now we have 250 customers in Japan. Basically, all of the 18 out of top 20 Japanese companies are working with us, 70 out of top 100. UiPath is becoming like a standard there. And because of the aging of the population, Japanese people are using RPA mostly to cope with people that retire from the companies. So they feel, and work style reform, it's like a national priority. And big enterprises in Japan feel it's something that they owe to society to build automation and make it available to everyone in the company. And it was quite amazing to see this progress in just the short span of only 1 year. And I think France is gonna follow with the same degree of success. Today, looking at this room and looking at how smart the people in this room look, how nice, casual, and energetic is this atmosphere, I am extremely proud and humbled by the fact that we've been able to gather so many great people in this room. But let's see what do we have in the making for the next couple of years. You will hear, and you've heard and you will hear a lot more today about AI. And we believe that actually RPA, it's the best path to bring AI into the enterprises. RPA, it's like the body, and AI is like the brain to the body. But if you have a brain in isolation, it's worthless. A brain needs a body. And even if you look at the human evolutions or the life evolution on this earth, it started with simple organism and develop intelligence. It's not starting with intelligence and developing the body. This is why actually there are many AI companies. AI hype started around 2014, 2015. Been a lot of investment into AI. Our investors are telling me, Daniel, I have a long list of companies that are on the verge of failing, but they have good teams, good technology, but no market, no traction. And that's particularly because it's very difficult to take AI in isolation and deploy it in an enterprise to a business process. So we are building this platform and this marketplace particularly to allow our customers to benefit of the best intelligence out there. It's not gonna be one company that is gonna create all the AI in the world, but it's gonna be a platform that will deliver the AI to you. And we want to be that platform. And we are actually heading to a world where robots are really accepted. And we are heading to a world where robots will allow us to be more creative, to do things that we are passionate about. people are speaking about robots with fear. And it's really fear of losing jobs. But I want to picture you a different perspective. And if you remove from what you do daily the tasks that you really don't like, the Monday tasks, the shitty tasks, you will have a lot more time to do value-added tasks, to do things that you like and you are passionate about, that sparks your creativity. And in a sense, which is a bit contradictory, automation, and it's not only RPA, but basically automation improves job security of people. Maybe modern enterprises will have less people, but they will be happier and more creative because they won't be required to do such a lot of Monday jobs in every day. And I really believe that we owe to ourselves as humans to dedicate to creativity, to do things that we love. And interestingly enough, this discussion about singularity, AI is taking over humans, in my opinion, is completely stupid. And I talked recently with a company in Montreal, really well-funded and brilliant minds there. And the first thing they told me was, Daniel, we work to a technology where people are secondary and AI is primary. AI is gonna tell people what to do. And to me, it was end of the conversation. I was just polite to listen. First of all, I don't believe in this vision. And we are building AI like a tool to be useful for us, not to replace us. It's completely bullshit to think that I am gonna use AI to replace me. Look, AI can beat me at chess, but I still enjoy playing chess with my buddies. It doesn't matter. AI helped me to become a better chess player. But it's not gonna replace even the game of chess and people playing chess and having joy playing chess. So AI is really about empowering us. And so it's, and look, it looks like the new generation thinks way, more positive regarding to the way they should work. They feel like they should manage the bots. It's better. You will become not only an employee, but you will have an army of bots that will be at your disposal. This is what we are developing for. This is what we promise you to do. And we want to really become like the future platform of delivering work. It's from a career standpoint, I've seen many people that have started in RPA journey quite early. And I can tell you it's a very smart career choice. And for everyone in this room, I can promise you, and to all the people you know, that if you start a career in RPA, today you will have not only a job, you will have a great job in the coming years. And I think that relates very well with what President Macron announced a few days ago regarding the big investment of France into AI. And we are really happy to participate into this journey. And it's not only France, but later on, 24 European countries join in a statement pledging funds to make Europe advancing into into the AI journey. And UiPath, it's at heart an European company. And we want Europe to succeed. We are deeply vested into Europe. This is our way of life. It's, in a sense, this is why I returned from US to Romania, because I like Europe. I love, this is where we are. We owe to ourselves to use the best and brilliant minds that France has, Germany, UK, Romania, whatever, and put them at a great work. And in order to, we'll do our best. And we will start by building an AI lab here in Paris to really tap into the great talent of French people in relation to AI. And really, I think that RPA and AI, it's a great combo for the way these more Latin people think. And it's kind of, it's more synthetic. It's a bit more energetic in a sense. I think it's a great technology for our type of people. Well, I didn't prepare anything to end in French, so just merci beaucoup.
On va commencer par la première question. Qu'est-ce qu'une cognitive RPA?
You have to translate.
I have to translate this. What's a cognitive RPA?
Cognitive RPA. Look, RPA, it's in the essence cognitive. Because we started with computer vision. And computer vision it's really recognizing objects in images. And we people are doing this instantly, but it's way more complex than you can imagine to really look at an image and see this is a cat or this is a combo box or a link or a text or whatever. So we started with computer vision, and we are using a lot of AI in the computer vision. UiPath is AI powered in the computer vision stack. Cognitive RPA means going further in mimicking human capabilities. Next is really to understand language, to understand natural language, unstructured language. Even further, it's to understanding the conversations and having bots able to chat with you. And, you know, the last frontier of AI is like reasoning, is to be able to do logic, to do by, in a sense, very, very close to how we kind of operate. And, you know, there are steps and attempts on all on all the station of this journey. And partly this is why we are building so much towards AI, to bring human-like capabilities. This is why it's called cognitive.
Prochaine question. J'essaie d'intégrer. La RPA a-t-elle besoin d'intelligence artificielle pour fonctionner?
Je comprends. Yes, it's not in a basic form, in only rule-based form. It doesn't need AI. But again, as I told you, even the basic layer, the computer vision layer, is powered by AI. So RPA doesn't need. I guess the question is more if it does need external AI to function. No, it doesn't need, but it's going to help for sure.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll add, with AI or deep learning within the UiPath platform, we're able to help the robot determine when something changes in a process, something changes on a screen, right? So that in RPA you have to implement an automation, but you also have to maintain it. And if the robot can identify changes along the way, that can reduce maintenance and make it easier for the robot to adapt to small changes. And so some of the deep learning can really do that. I think that's one area. The other area with AI that we see today in practice, there's really two areas. One is in chatbots and virtual assistants. There's a great case study on the web right now with a large insurance company called Hollard, based in South Africa. And they use an HR virtual assistant. And the bot actually is used internally. And an employee can ask how much, holiday or vacation do I have left? They can ask it in spoken language. There's some recognition of the face, actually, in terms of being able to validate the employee. But the robots then go back to the systems and get the information and bring it back to the chatbot. That's one example. Another popular example is, feeding data within an automation and around a certain task to, an IBM Watson or something like that. And so we see both of those as also areas of how AI is applied to the automation, not just as Daniel spoke to how we use AI within our platform.
Je pense qu'on pourrait ajouter aussi, on en a parlé beaucoup ce matin, le propos n'est pas de faire de l'AI pour de l'AI, mais le propos est réellement de regarder comment le RPA peut améliorer tout ce qu'on est en train de faire et améliorer, décharger la personne humaine de tous les process robotiques. Et en ça, pour faire ça, il faut être capable de regarder, ne serait-ce que la manière la plus simple du RPA, de regarder un écran. Si vous voulez faire la même chose que ce que fait un être humain, c'est déjà regarder un écran. Regarder un écran, ça s'appelle du computing vision et on est en plein dans l'intelligence artificielle. Voilà.
Prochaine question, comment connecter les chatbots à UiPath, à UiPath?
I think Bobby
I
already
think I
said.
spoke about it, but the chatbots are really exciting because the problem with chat today is if a person engages a chat session and the response isn't very helpful, they give up quickly, right? So the importance is providing a very coherent, a very meaningful response quickly in a chat session. Well, robots can be the integration between, a chat session and then all of the systems that have the real valuable data. And so we today are integrated with, the Microsoft bot framework. We had an announcement with a UK-based company called Humley recently. So chatbots are increasingly a really exciting area.
Absolument. En fait, quand on parle de chatbot, il faudrait presque faire 1 heure sur le sujet parce qu'il y a plusieurs choses. Il y a des choses qui sont très très basiques qu'on fait depuis très longtemps. Il y a des choses qui sont très évoluées. Vous l'avez compris tout à l'heure. Il y a 2 types de robots. Des robots qui travaillent en back-office, le LCL l'a expliqué, des robots qui travaillent en front-office. Pour les robots qui travaillent en front-office, ça veut dire que c'est des assistants qui travaillent directement avec un utilisateur. Et à partir du moment où un homme et une machine ont un dialogue, aujourd'hui c'est un clavier et une souris, demain ce qu'on imagine et ce qui est en train de se faire, c'est qu'on va travailler avec la machine à travers le langage naturel. Donc ce n'est pas nous qui allons utiliser le langage de la machine, mais c'est la machine qui va se plier à notre langage pour qu'elle soit comprise par l'être humain et qu'on puisse lui donner des ordres et écouter ce qu'elle dit. C'est ça aussi.
Les nouveaux emplois créés par le RPA seront-ils accessibles aux mêmes personnes que celles dont les emplois ont été supprimés?
Uh-oh.
Is it? Okay, I take it.
It's better.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I interpret it
You have time
correctly.
to
The
think.
question is around, we're talking about humans should be creative, and there's great joy that comes out of having more creative jobs. But what happens to people who lose a job? Is that the question?
Yeah. The question is, in fact, are the new employee? Yeah.
I can take an attempt.
Okay, because if you want, I start.
So far we haven't seen one single employee fired because of RPA. Eventually this will happen, and we really are. It's not our intention, and we will do whatever it takes to make the transition easier. And what we've seen at the companies where we introduce RPA is that some people are repurposed to do different types of jobs. Natural attrition takes care of the number of the tasks that are automated, but the joy of people is really priceless when you show them that they are no longer required to do this numbless data entry job. As we are doing to back office work what automation did to agriculture like 60, 70 years ago. Even it replaced jobs and someone maybe in agriculture lost jobs, I don't think any of us would want our kids to work in the field. It's kind of the same what we are doing today. In a sense, we are doing a big service to ourselves and to the next generation, removing this literally mindless type of work.
Yeah, I think it's a great question. And I'll give you some examples. So NASA is a great early customer of UiPath, and it started in the finance operations, and now they use robots in many places. But the finance employees were very worried. But what they realized then was NASA really can't hire the number of people they really need to do their job effectively and meet their missions and things. So they realized is that the workers, they actually gave them names. So the first robot was named George Washington and so on. So they had, what can George do for me, right? And what happened was they realized that the robots in this case were filling and doing the work they didn't have the people to do. And that became, so this whole idea of capacity created, this is coming up everywhere. Walmart, they spoke at one of our events. Walmart uses robots in many, many places. They have one robot that created the equivalent of 85 full-time equivalent employees. So I think that's 360,000 hours of work in a year. They were going to hire those 85. So no jobs were lost, but they gained capacity. You can only imagine then the employees that would have had to try to do that work in overtime and such, right, perhaps. So we don't hear or see it that way. GE is a great example. They take some of the savings, but all of it, the productivity benefits are put back into the business. So yeah. I think it's just we're seeing something a little different than the narrative, but there is a skills shift that's a reality.
And I want to tell you another story from Japan. It's Dentsu, which is the largest advertising company in the world, had a terrible incident a couple of years ago when one of their employees died out of exhaustion, really. So they die out of working having required to work too much. After that, Dentsu changed completely their approach to work, and they are using robots massively to help people not necessarily being more productive, work less and be happier. Dentsu is the only building in Tokyo that is completely shut off, dark in the night. Really, it's this guy, which is quite funny. We should invite him in Paris. He put on the screen really a nice image of Tokyo with Dentsu building completely dark and every other skyrise is being really light up. It was quite fun. So Dentsu, it's a great example. So people can die because they are required to do these really numbless jobs. I think really the good that automation brings is always way better than the job losses it might create. And overall, it's really good.
It was funny at Dentsu. So Dentsu, you could see it on the internet if you go to images. You can see their building. It's dark while every other building's lit up at night. The day after they put the rule, they had to send a memo around saying, and you can't use candles late at night, right? Because candles were, they were trying to say, no, seriously, you can't be at the office after 10 o'clock. And so there are pictures that he shows where the employees are smiling about how much happier they are at work. And so in that case, an aging population, suicide rates, in this case, RPA is having a pretty profound impact on society, positive.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we go to the next question, and certainly the last one.
Donc, intelligence artificielle et RPA sont deux termes que l'on associe souvent. Qu'est-ce qui différencie l'une de l'autre? So, what's the difference between IA?
I think we kind of answered it during but I will elaborate more. AI in general, it's it's not only about what a human user can do. AI can do actually a lot more that a human user can do. RPA, as it is concerned, is really about a human-centric automations. We look at what you are doing today, what can we automate of what you are doing today. AI in general, it can do really a lot of things. AI can go through lots of data, find patterns that it's impossible for humans to do, really. So AI will come a long way with different types of jobs. RPA and cognitive RPA, it's really the evolution of RPA. It's in a way just a part of AI.
Oui. Ce qu'on peut dire, Laurence Devillé vous l'a dit ce matin, en fait, quand on parle, elle n'a pas été dans le détail, mais quand on parle d'intelligence artificielle, en fait, il y a deux modes d'intelligence artificielle. Il y a les réseaux de neurones qu'on utilise pour la reconnaissance pour image, par exemple, et pour plein d'autres choses. C'est là-dedans qu'on va trouver le machine learning, le deep learning. Et de l'autre côté, on a les systèmes experts qui sont plutôt pour le langage naturel et les ontologies. En fait, quand on parle de RPA, on utilise les deux, puisqu'on tout à l'heure, Daniel l'a dit, on va aller dans des endroits, il y a plusieurs endroits où on utilise l'intelligence artificielle, dans la reconnaissance de caractères, l'OCR, quand on regarde un écran, ça c'est du computing vision, mais quand on va avoir des robots front office qui vont dialoguer avec des êtres humains, à ce moment-là, on est dans le langage naturel et on utilise des systèmes experts. Donc l'IA pour l'IA, ça ne sert pas à grand-chose et on a vu ça, on n'arrive pas à avoir quelque chose de pertinent pour les sociétés. Mais avoir un vertical comme le RPA qui, lui, va associer, utiliser des technologies d'intelligence artificielle, alors là, ça devient très pertinent. C'est pour ça que ces deux termes sont souvent utilisés. Mais c'est le RPA qui utilise IA, pas l'inverse.
I don't know, Eric, if you said it or not, but I saw it's IA up there too, right? Intelligent automation. We often hear what's the difference between intelligent automation and robotic process automation. Actually, you wouldn't want two different platforms for both. You actually, with RPA, what's beautiful is you could start with the going digital, just automating a process, doing that easy with complete accuracy. You know, with RPA as a platform, then you can then go back to that automation, to that process, and make it more sophisticated. And that's where our platform is open with APIs, where an ecosystem is around it, where AI companies, whether it's Google or it's an AI startup, can then apply machine learning models through the RPA platform into the process. So I think one thing we have to be careful about are a bunch of confusing terms in the market, right? Robotic process automation is intelligent. It starts with helping you go digital, and then it helps you make the process more sophisticated. So it's important, the terms.
We are aligned.
Okay, perfect, good.
Merci à tous. C'était la dernière question de la matinée.